Hey friends, Wayne over here at Ram Man Inc. wanted to do this little video to help out a client that had some trouble. We don't have any trouble with the Chevrolet kits, the IFS. We use those mile marker lockers, and mile markers, of course, we use them on all of our hubs because, you know, like these right here for the early Fords, these are billet pieces. They're not cast pieces like somebody else you're real familiar with. Starts with a W. Ain't no cast hubs in here and cast gears. This is all billet. Late model big old bearing for the Super Duties. These are giant slugs. These are billet slugs. That's what they use. Now these older style external locking hubs that we use, basically they've always been bulletproof too. There's just not much to them. If you notice right here, we've got the shaft gear, we've got the intermediate gear that locks into the body, and that's all we've got to it. Now, these have been out over 10 years. It's 2026 January. The only two clients, except for this one just recently over there in Moonshine Deal over there in Tennessee, Kentucky area, older gentleman, we're trying to help him out. Somebody is pulling his boat or whatever. But anyway, the only two clients we've ever had trouble with. One of them was up in Minnesota, and he ran a plow. He was a contractor, and he ran a plow all the time, and he messed up a couple lockers. He just said, you know, I'm busy and going to town, and then we get big old piles, we just gun it. And then another one was at a boat ramp. We've had problems with people at boat ramps, slick, then it grabs or whatever. Here's what a lot of people don't understand. In a part-time four-wheel drive, that's what some of this class is about. In a part-time four-wheel drive, there is no slip. There is no slip whatsoever, all the way from the front hubs, all the way to the back tire. There is no slip, no give whatsoever. Lots of people don't understand. There is no give and no slip whatsoever all the way through here, all the way through the front pumpkin, all the way through the transfer case, all the way through the rear pumpkin, out to the axle shafts. There is no give whatsoever. And that's why they tell you never ever operate a part-time four-wheel drive on any type of good pavement, dry pavement whatsoever. You have to have slip. It will tear something up. What a lot of people don't understand is them part-time four-wheel drives and all-wheel drives you see on the back of buggies, and full-time four-wheel drives like Mopar did in the early and mid-70s, and Chevrolet did in the early and mid-70s, and the military buggies and all that. All of those vehicles, they have a differential in the transfer case. They have a differential in the transfer case that allows the drive shafts to turn independently of each other. So they are not connected all the way from front to back. You can't have that because the front has to turn at a different speed than the back, especially going around corners and left and right. Outside wheel travels a farther distance. So on those all-wheel drives and full-time four-wheel drives, they have a differential in the transfer case that allows you some slip. That's one of the reasons you can engage it easier, because there's some slip built in. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. So that's why a true part-time four-wheel drive, when you lock it in, it's turning that shit at the same speed no matter what. Them drive shafts are turning at the same speed no matter what. Learned about this as a young man up in Colorado when I was stationed up there. And I had my big Chevrolet truck. He had one of them 73 Ram Chargers. You with me? Full-time, four-wheel drive. It was a disaster for Ma Mopar, and it was a disaster for Chevrolet too. But, you know, blew up that front drive shaft, four-wheeling and dogging the shit out of it, so we just said, well, we'll just take that front drive shaft out and we'll just mosey on home all the way down Gold Camp Road down to Colorado Springs. Well, that ain't happening. You take out one of the drive shafts on an all-wheel drive vehicle or a full-time four-wheel drive, and you ain't going anywhere, because it has a differential in that transfer case, and it's going to turn the yoke that is easiest to turn, just like an axle pumpkin, just exactly like an axle pumpkin. So yeah, so we wasn't getting that thing back home. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You take out one of the drive shafts on an all-wheel drive or a full-time four-wheel drive, and you ain't going anywhere. You ain't going nowhere. So anyway, he took us to the shop, and apparently there's something wrong with the locker. There can't be anything else wrong. It was pulling a boat. I don't know the circumstances got on it or whatever. But anyway, so, you know, we do these gears are matched to the shafts. We do our own splining and our own gears and shafts here. And so the gears are matched to the shafts. In the back of these, you just got a clip. And on the front, you just got this real simple little wire retainer. It comes out that fast, just with a little sharp poker. There's the gear, and there's the spring behind it. That's how simple this is. Chain and ring, gear, and then the shaft gear. They don't even use a bearing, they use bronze bushings. There ain't much to these. Clip. Gear pops out. That's as simple as they are. Push that gear in there. Put that clip back on. I'm going to leave this one out because this is a 19 spline. We have 19 splines, old like Dana 44, and 30 splines. And like I said, we do these are custom. These gears are matched to somebody's shafts. They're matched, and we actually mark them left and right. So that's all you got to do to take this thing apart. There's not too much that can fail. You got this piece right here, and you got this piece right here. So there's just not that much that can go wrong. So we're going to ship him a new body with these components right there. Just drops down in there. Just that simple. Spring. It's even cut out for the spring. And then this little clip just fits right there inside that groove right there. One of the simplest designs, but no, it is the simplest design that we've ever seen. I mean, different people been designing locking hubs for a long time, but some of them using roller pins, some of them using ball bearings and cutout, but when it comes to it, and these have been being made continuously by a mile marker since the 60s. Been made continuously unchanged. So that's all you gotta do is change out your shaft gear and put a couple components together, and there you go. God bless you, God bless America, and happy trucking.